Today a reader, tomorrow a leader. SSET Englishtown.
Hello everyone, this is Madeline teacher again, and I am here for Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Wednesday for our class, Wednesday the 6th, and we are doing Helen Keller Part 4 reading class. So please grab your reading workbook and a copy of Helen Keller and the Big Story. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, so what we're going to do is start with, we're going to read the book. So take out Helen Keller and we will read the book together, okay? So let's go to page 4, okay? I will read and please listen to me while I read. Okay, so little Helen Keller loved smelling roses and honeysuckle. They grew all around her Alabama home. But most of all, Helen loved playing pranks. When she was 6, she had done her best prank yet. Mama had walked into the kitchen pantry. Quickly, Helen felt for the key. Click! Helen locked Mama inside. Helen didn't always have the chance to take charge like that. Mama and Papa tried hard to understand her, but many times no one knew what she wanted. Helen could get so angry. She would kick and hit and fall into a heap. Afterwards, she ran outside. She threw herself onto the cool, comforting grass. The flowers, trees, grass, warm sun, and gentle wind always made Helen feel better. Helen was never punished for her pranks and tantrums. Mr. and Mrs. Keller thought Helen had been punished enough. Their daughter could not hear or see or talk. But that pantry prank forever changed Helen's life. The Kellers now knew that Helen needed more than they could give her. She needed special lessons from a special teacher. Helen's teacher was Annie Sullivan. She came to live with the Kellers. Helen was not ready to trust the stranger, and she was not ready to give up her pranks. She locked Annie inside her room, and this time Helen hid the key. That prank made Annie see just how clever Helen was. No matter what Helen did, Annie did not give up. Slowly, day by day, she worked with Helen. Annie taught Helen by pressing her fingers into Helen's hand. Annie's fingers spelled out the names for the things that Helen loved: grass, flowers, leaves, trees, bugs, butterflies, sun, wind, rain. In a short time, Helen loved doing her lessons more than her pranks. Soon, the out of doors became Helen's classroom. One summer day, Helen and Annie took a long walk. On their way home, the air grew hot and sticky. Helen and Annie stopped to rest under a cherry tree. The tree blocked them from the burning hot sun. Its leaves fanned them with a gentle, cooling breeze. Next, Helen felt its strong, low branches. They were just right for climbing. Annie and Helen decided to do just that. Sitting high in the tree, they had a resting place to stay cool. It was the perfect spot for a picnic. Annie headed to the house to make the lunch. She made Helen promise not to move an inch. Helen wouldn't think of moving. She loved sitting high up in that tree. Helen breathed in the wonderful scent of the cherry tree. She stroked its smooth bark, its rough bark, and its smooth green leaves. She let the cooling breeze blanket her. But in seconds, Helen's world turned upside down. The sun disappeared. Helen's face was slapped with a cold, sharp wind. The scent of flowers was gone. Her nose was filled with another smell. This one was not sweet. It came up from the deep, dark earth. It told Helen that a storm was near. Helen began to feel the shaking of the leaves, twigs raining down, scratching her face, arms, and legs. The tree limbs swayed. The wind whipped through the branches. The wind whipped around Helen. The wind tried to whip Helen right out of that tree. Helen grabbed onto the shaking branch. She clung to it with all her might. Helen sat frozen. She was trapped. She could not see. She could not call for help. She could not hear if help was on the way. Helen had never felt so alone or so scared. She couldn't understand how the gentle thing she loved could turn against her. Suddenly, out of the cool, whipping wind, Helen felt a hand. It was a strong, warm hand. It belonged to Annie Sullivan. Annie grabbed hold of Helen. Helen let go of the branch. She clung to Annie. She let Annie guide her down and out of that tree. Last page. Helen learned a great deal that day. She had felt the power of nature. It could turn from gentle to fierce in seconds. Helen also learned about the power of friendship. Annie Sullivan would always be there for Helen Keller. Helen Keller and Annie Sullivan were friends all of their lives. Helen went on to become a talented writer who always worked to help others. The end. So story is finished. What do you think? Is it a good story? So-so story? Do you like the book or not like the book? Why do you feel that way? I think I like this book. I think Helen Keller is a very interesting person. I think she is very smart, or was very smart in the past. So it was fun to learn about her. Okay, so now students, let's take out our reading workbooks and we're going to go to page 70. Okay. So page 70 in the reading workbook. This page, okay? So let's see. We will answer these questions together. So in a few seconds, what were some of the things Helen could see or feel and smell? So in the tree, let's look at the book. On these pages, Helen is sitting in the tree and Helen is happy. On the next page, in seconds, everything changes. So after that, on these pages, what does Helen feel and what does Helen smell? The first thing we can see here, that Helen's face was slapped with a cold, sharp wind. So one of the things Helen can feel is she could feel a cold wind. On the next page, we see what Helen could smell. So, what could Helen smell? This one, we see on this page, the flowers, the scent of flowers was gone. So Helen couldn't smell flowers. What could she smell? She smelled a new scent, another smell. This one was not sweet. It came from the deep, dark earth. So she could smell something from the deep, dark earth. Okay, number 2. Okay, so number 2, what did this tell Helen? So, because Helen smells something from the earth and feels a cold wind, Helen knows something. What does Helen know? What did this information tell Helen? Let's look on this page. We can see it told Helen a storm was near. So it told her that a storm was close. A storm was coming. A storm was coming. Because of the wind and the smell, she knows a storm is close. Next, what happened in the tree after that? So what happened in the tree on these pages? What happened in the tree? We can see the wind is blowing a lot. It is not just a little wind, it is a lot of wind. And the wind is trying to rip Helen out of the tree. So we can write, the wind tried to rip Helen out of the tree. So the wind doesn't want Helen to stay in the tree. The wind is trying to take Helen out of the tree. Did Helen come out of the tree? Did she fall out of the tree? Or did she stay in the tree? In this, she did not fall out of the tree. We see she did not fall out of the tree. So the next question is, how did Helen stay in the tree? The wind wanted to take Helen out of the tree, but Helen stayed in the tree. So, how did she stay in the tree? You can see on this page, Helen grabbed onto the shaking branch. She clung to it with all her might. So Helen held the tree. She didn't hold it gently. She clung to it with all her might. With all her might. So with all her strength, all her muscles, she held on. Not just a little hold, a very strong hold. Okay, number 5. Next page, on this page we see Helen was trapped in the tree. Why was Helen trapped? So this one is not, think in your brain and on this page. Why was Helen trapped in the tree? Why couldn't Helen leave the tree? Why did she need to stay? Okay, so this one, we see the answers are, she couldn't see or hear. She couldn't see, hear, or call for help. So she can't get out of the tree because she can't see. She can't climb down because she can't see. She can't hear if someone is coming. And she can't talk, so she can't say, help, help. She can't say that. So she is stuck in the tree. She can't leave the tree. So please write these down, and then I will erase this, and we will do the next part, okay? So stop the video to write this down, okay? Okay, finish? Okay, so, okay, sorry. So number 7, what did Helen, number 6, what couldn't Helen understand? On this page, what couldn't Helen understand? This one, she says, it couldn't understand how the gentle thing she loved could turn against her. So she couldn't understand how the gentle things she loved. So what were the gentle things she loved? Well, actually, the gentle things she loves were rain, flowers, trees, wind, outside. Could turn against her. So what does turn against her mean? This means to fight now. This means two things did not fight in the past, but now they fight. So the trees, the wind, the flowers, it did not fight Helen in the past, but now it turned against her and it is fighting her. Number 7, what did Helen feel next? So after the storm, what is the next thing Helen feels? This page. What does she feel? She feels a strong, warm hand. Okay, number 8. And what did Helen let Annie do? This hand is Annie's hand. So what did Helen let Annie do? So what does Annie do with Helen on this page? On this page, we see Annie helped Helen out of the tree. Okay, sorry. Annie helped Helen out of the tree. So Helen let Annie help her out of the tree. She let Annie guide her down and out of that tree. She let Annie help her out of the tree. Number 9, on the next page, what did Helen learn that day? What did Helen learn on that day? We can see here, Helen learned the power of nature. And what other thing? What other thing did Helen learn? Helen also learned the power of friendship. Annie was Helen's friend, and Annie helped Helen and would always help Helen. So on the next page, we see how long were Helen and Annie friends? How long? We can see they were friends all of their lives. Okay. What did Helen go on to do? So what did Helen become? Helen, she became a wonderful writer, and who helped people, who helped other people. Okay, so please finish writing these answers and then I will erase this. Okay, finished? Okay, so for the last 3 questions, we want to look at the timeline at the back of this page. This tells about the life of real Helen Keller. It tells about all of the things real Helen Keller did, all of the important things she did. So on this page, we can see we want to know, how did Helen become deaf and blind? So Helen was not always, in the past, Helen could see and could hear, but then later, she couldn't see and couldn't hear. So how did she become deaf and blind? We can see it was illness. So illness is sick. So we can say she got sick. She couldn't hear or see because she got really sick. So I'll actually write that. She got really sick. She's illness made her deaf and blind. Number 13. When, so what time was she named one of the 12 greatest living American women? When, what time? So here we see that here, 1931. So in 1931, she was named one of the 12 greatest living American women. Alright. And the last one, 14. Who helped Helen after Annie Sullivan died? So we see Annie Sullivan died here, 1936. So who helped Helen after this? We see the answer is Mary Agnes. Like Agnes teacher. Agnes helped her. Okay, so finish writing this. After you finish writing this, please do page 71, this page. Finish by yourself, okay? So finish by yourself, page 71, okay? Okay, please finish. Okay, so now that you finished, let's check the answers. Okay, so page 71 answers. Number 1, I stroke my kitten's fur. Number 2, I am very scared on roller coasters. I hold tightly to the bar. Number 3, my favorite prank is to hide my dad's umbrella. Number 4, my little sister throws a tantrum. She gets really angry when I don't do what she wants. Number 5, I have to be gentle, nice when I touch my dog. I don't want to hurt him. Number 6, do you trust your friend or do you think she is not honest? Number 7, I walked next to the tree and the branch scratched my arm. Number 8, Spider-Man is very strong. He has a lot of power. Number 9, in the summer, the air grows hot and sticky. And 10, the lady at the museum guides us to all the pictures. Okay, so finished. So, students, your homework is finished, page 72. So please finish page 72. And I will see you soon. Bye!
Today a reader, tomorrow a leader. SSET Englishtown.